Good evening and welcome. You're watching the News Track. I'm Rahul Kamal. The big political face-off over politics of abuse. The BJP abusing the Congress hitting back in the same language. Where is political discourse going? And most importantly, with this kind of coarse language, are we instigating fringe players to potentially attack one of our key political leaders, like we've seen multiple times now in the United States with Donald Trump? All that and more is my top focus on the News Track.
Storm over minister's terrorist Rahul attack. Congress complains, minister booked. But defiant Bittu bashes on.
मुझे खेद क्यों होगा ये बताइए ना। हम पंजाब ने हमने तो यार अपनी पीढ़ियां खो दी। पंजाब आग में जला दिया इस गांधी फैमिली ने।
Is there a threat to Rahul Gandhi? Who will end Gali politics? That is a big focus on News Track.
Union Minister Ravneet Bittu is in the eye of a storm after calling Rahul Gandhi India's terrorist number one. Why would a senior BJP leader who's been in the Congress in the past use this kind of language? I'll put this question to Ravneet Bittu in a short while from now. There is a big political storm raging over Union Minister Ravneet Bittu's remark calling Rahul Gandhi terrorist number one. There are 2 FIRs against the minister now, where he's been booked for promoting enmity. The entire controversy has also triggered a war of words between the chiefs of the Congress and the BJP. Take a look at our lead story tonight.
राहुल गांधी खुद देश के नंबर 1 टेररिस्ट अगर किसी को मेरे ख्याल से किस पे अनाम होना चाहिए पकड़ने के लिए, या देश का सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन जो जिसको लानना चाहिए एजेंसीज को, वो आज राहुल गांधी।
Union Minister Ravneet Singh Bittu is under fire for calling the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, a terrorist. After Delhi, Congress leaders in Bengaluru have filed a police case against Bittu. The minister, who had commented on Rahul's statement in the US on Sikh struggles, is accused of promoting enmity among groups and disseminating false information to the public. Bittu, however, is defiant.
मुझे खेद क्यों होगा ये बताइए ना। हम पंजाब ने हमने तो यार अपनी पीढ़ियां खो दी। पंजाब आग में जला दिया इस गांधी फैमिली ने, और जिसमें मेरे दादा जी सरदार बेअंत सिंह जी, जो टेररिज्म इनकी गलतियों से पंजाब में आया, उसको ठीक करते करते 35,000 लोग चले गए। पन्नू गुरपंत पन्नू सबसे बड़ा टेररिस्ट है, और जो रेफरेंडम करा रहा है खालिस्तान के लिए, उसकी जबान और राहुल गांधी की जबान एक होगी तो उसको क्या कहेंगे।
अभी कांग्रेस का
BJP leaders have come out in support of Bittu.
राहुल गांधी देश में विपक्ष का नेता है, संसद में विपक्ष का नेता है। वो देश का विपक्ष का नेता नहीं है। बाहर देश में, विदेश में हम एक हैं। ऐसा तो उसका मन में होना चाहिए, इतना अक्ल तो होना चाहिए। उतना अक्ल नहीं है तो हम क्या बोलना राहुल गांधी को। बिट्टू भी वही बोला।
The BJP and Congress are also engaged in a heated exchange of letters that has added fuel to the fire. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge this week wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi voicing concerns about threats issued to Rahul Gandhi by BJP leaders. BJP chief JP Nadda has hit back, questioning the silence of Congress on the frequent verbal attacks faced by the Prime Minister. Nadda also accused Rahul Gandhi of aligning with pro-Pakistan and anti-India elements. The fierce face-off was sparked by Rahul Gandhi's comments in the US, where he spoke about Sikh struggles in India.
The fight is about whether he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear his turban in India. Or he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear a kada in India. Or he, as a Sikh, is going to be able to go to Gurdwara. That's what the fight is about.
You know what devta means in...
Rahul's statement last week has triggered a firestorm that is showing no signs of being doused. Bureau Report, India
So
Today.
devta in India.
I want to go across to Union Minister Ravneet Singh Bittu, who's joining us on this broadcast. Bittu Sahab, Sat Sri Akal. You've called Rahul Gandhi a terrorist. Explain why you think that the leader of the opposition and a Congress MP is India's #1 terrorist. आपको ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि राहुल गांधी इंडिया के नंबर 1 terrorist है? How do you justify making a comment like that?
राहुल जी, सत श्री अकाल जी। बिल्कुल ये जो आपने पूछा है बिल्कुल ठीक है, क्योंकि कई दिन से ये बात चल रही है। राहुल जी, आप जानते हैं पंजाब की सिचुएशन और सिखों के बारे जो लंबा इतिहास है, आप जानते हैं क्या क्या हमने देखा है। अब जब राहुल गांधी जी ने अमेरिका में ये बोला जाके भी, एक सिख किसी जो प्रेस वाला था उनको खड़ा करके भी, आप बताइए देश में, हिंदुस्तान में, इंडिया में, भारत में, बताइए कड़ा डालना अलाउड है, पगड़ी बांधना अलाउड है, जहां गुरुद्वारा जाना अलाउड है? ये 3 क्वेश्चंस उन्होंने उनसे किए और मैं 2 दिन बिल्कुल सुन के चुप रहा। उस 2 दिन के बाद जो मिस्टर पन्नू हैं, जो रेफरेंडम करा रहे हैं वहां पे खालिस्तान के लिए, जो सबसे बड़े एक टेररिस्ट हैं वहां के, पन्नू, उन्होंने एक प्रेस रिलीज की जहां मीडिया में खुद आके बोला भी जो राहुल गांधी ने कहा है वो बिल्कुल ठीक कहा है, बिल्कुल इसी तरीके से सब सिखों के साथ पंजाब में हो रहा है। तो उसके बाद जब किसी कांग्रेस ने, चाहे खड़गे साहब हो, चाहे कांग्रेस के स्पोक्स पर्सन है, चाहे राहुल गांधी, इन्होंने उससे अपने आप को अलग नहीं किया। एक बात तो ये। उसके बाद मेरे माइंड में, जब मैं भागलपुर में था तो मुझे वहां पे कुछ सिख मिले, भाई जी ये हमारे साथ ऐसा क्यों बोला जा रहा है, हमारे बच्चे हमारे को क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, हमारे बाहर जो पंजाब से बाहर हैं भी, हम कहाँ पे कड़ा नहीं डाल सकते, कहाँ पगड़ी नहीं बांध सकते। मैं भागलपुर में था उस दिन जब मैंने बयान दिया, तो मैंने कहा भी ये तो दोबारा जो इंदिरा गांधी जी के टाइम में बहुत बड़ा एक मैसेकर हुआ, गोल्डन टेम्पल पे अटैक हुआ, वो सब जानते हैं। उसके बाद राजीव गांधी जी की दौरान सिखों को जैसे बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती कांपती है, उस दौरान हुआ। तो पंजाब में भी जो टेररिज्म आया उसके पीछे तो पॉलिटिक्स ही थी ना सर। उसके पीछे पॉलिटिक्स थी, कांग्रेस पार्टी की थी, जिसकी वजह से हमें वो झेलना पड़ा और मेरे दादाजी मुख्यमंत्री बने और उनको वो टेररिज्म खत्म करना पड़ा और उनकी शहादत हुई, जो सिर्फ गांधी फैमिली की क्रिएट की हुई थी उस टाइम।
बिट्टू साहब, कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आपके खिलाफ एफआईआर फाइल की है, वो आपको जेल भेजना चाहते हैं, एक्शन चाहते हैं। उनका बेसिकली कहना है कि गुरपतवंत सिंह पन्नू क्या कहता है उसका राहुल गांधी से क्या लेना देना। कोई वो गुरपतवंत पन्नू की जो बात है उससे वो अग्री थोड़ी कर रहे हैं। हाउ कैन यू कंपेयर व्हाट पन्नू इज सेइंग विद व्हाट राहुल गांधी इज सेइंग? Pannu is an extremist, he's a terrorist, he's a known person who hates India.
राहुल गांधी जी, जहां खड़गे साहब, जहां कोई पंजाब का कांग्रेस पार्टी का लीडर एक किसी कांग्रेस के वर्कर को ही सामने लेके आए भी, भाई सिखों के साथ देश में, जहां सर मैं मीडिया पे ओपन में चैलेंज करता हूं, कोई भी एक सिख को ले आए देश में जो कहे मुझे कड़ा डालना बैन है, मुझे पगड़ी बांधनी बैन है, मुझे गुरुद्वारा जाना बैन है, तो आप ये बताइए राहुल गांधी साहब ने जो एलओपी हैं, मैं पॉलिटिकल आदमी तौर पे बोल रहा हूं, ना मैं मंत्री की तौर पे, ना बीजेपी की तौर पे, मैं एक सिख और पंजाबी की मेरी पीड़ा है। अगर ये बयान उन्होंने क्यों दिया, आप देखिए भी सिखों को जब ये कोई इशू ही नहीं है, उन्होंने अमेरिका में जाके ये बयान दे दिया। उसका मतलब क्या हुआ जी? कहीं ना कहीं वो सिखों को ट्रिगर करना चाहते हैं। ओबीसी कह के कुछ नहीं हुआ, मुसलमान कह के कुछ नहीं हुआ, अब उन्होंने देखा भी और कोई नहीं, ये एक बहुत जो है भावुक कौम है और इसको अब ट्रिगर करो भी, आपको पगड़ी नहीं बांधने दी जाती। तो जो आदमी ये चीज एक देश को बांटने की बात करे, मेरा मतलब टेररिस्ट का आप समझे, टेररिस्ट तो उसकी लाइफ कुछ आदमी मारने के बाद उसका एनकाउंटर हो जाता है या पकड़ा जाता है। जो ये इस लेवल के लीडर एलओपी एक बात जो अपने मुंह से कोई आवाज निकालेंगे तो उसका इंपैक्ट कितना बड़ा होगा जी। अगर कोई कल को सिख AK-47 उठा ले, कल को कोई सिख बच्चे के जो 17, 17, 18 साल के कोई बच्चे के दिमाग में, माइंड में आ जाए भी यार मेरे देश में मुझे गुरुद्वारे नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा, तो अगर कोई वो गलत काम कोई अटेम्प्ट कर ले तो सर उसकी
बीजेपी का कहना है कि आप लोगों को प्रोवोक कर रहे हैं। जो एक्सट्रीम फ्रिंज है, जिस तरह से हमने डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के खिलाफ भी देखा, लोगों ने उनको अटैक करने की कोशिश की। उन्होंने कहा कि बिट्टू साहब के बयानों से लोग प्रोवोक होते हैं और कोई ना कोई जाके राहुल गांधी पे अटैक कर सकता है। जिस तरीके से इंदिरा गांधी पे हुआ, राजीव गांधी पे हुआ, वैसे अटैक को आप प्रोवोक करने का आप पे आरोप लगा।
राहुल जी, मैं बिल्कुल ना मैं जवान काटने की बात करूं किसी की, ना मैं किसी को मारने की बात करूं। मेरे जितना उन्होंने झेला उतना मैंने भी झेला है। उनकी तो कई बातें भी होगी। मैंने भी वही टाइम देखा है किस तरीके से इनके कारण हम किस तरीके से, इनके पास तो बहुत तामझाम था। हमें पता है हम पंजाब में किस तरीके से टेररिज्म से बच के रहते थे, किस तरह स्कूल जाते थे। हमारे पास तो SPG वगैरह प्रोटेक्शन नहीं था, तो हमने तो पंजाब में देखा। मैं कभी नहीं चाहूंगा, मेरी तो पीड़ा ही ये है भी कहीं सिखों को ये गुमराह राहुल गांधी करके कोई दोबारा उनको गलत रास्ते पे ना लाए, क्योंकि तीसरी बार मोदी जी जब सरकार बन गई अब हजम नहीं हो रहा। अब सिखों को ये दोबारा चाहते हैं, उनको जैसे टेररिज्म में पहले डाला, पहले भिंडरांवाला खुद वो सब कुछ करके उनको मरवा दिया गया, उस चीज को क्रिएट करना चाह रहे हैं राहुल गांधी जी। मेरा सिर्फ मकसद वहां तक है, लोगों को अवेयर करना मेरा काम है एज ए सिख। भाई इनकी बातों में मत आना। इंदिरा जी के टाइम में सिख मारे गए, राजीव जी के टाइम पे सिख मैसेकर हो गए, दिल्ली में कुछ नहीं हुआ। अब राहुल गांधी जी फिर सिखों को, उनको आग लगाने को, उनको मारने के रास्ते पे चल चुके हैं। आज तीसरा बयान आपके सामने अभी मैं सुन रहा था, मिस्टर पन्नू ने बिल्कुल जैसे हाँ में हाँ दोनों मिला रहे हैं। अरे भाई खड़गे साहब, जहां कोई पार्टी स्पोक्स पर्सन ये तो कह दे भी हम पन्नू से अलग हैं। जो पन्नू ने आज ये, मुझे तो जो पन्नू कह ही रहा है, आप सुनिए भी सबसे बड़ा टेररिस्ट वो तो मुझे कहेगा, पर लेकिन आज मिस्टर पन्नू ने ये कहा है भी जिस दिन मोदी जी आएंगे, उसको विश्वास देखो कितना हो गया राहुल गांधी के ऊपर, क्योंकि उसने बयान हक में दिया, इन्होंने कंडेम नहीं किया। जब उसने राहुल गांधी ने कहा भी बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहा है राहुल जी, मैं पन्नू कह रहा है मैं राहुल के साथ हूं, अगर कंडेम कर देते तो आज हिम्मत ना पड़ती पन्नू की। आज उसने कॉल दी है इनके प्रधान वड़िंग साहब को, इनके LOP जो बाजवा साहब है और सुरजेवाला साहब, उसका नाम लिख के उसने कहा
बट कांग्रेस ये भी आप बता रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस ने, पन्नू ने क्या कहा, पर कांग्रेस ये भी तो कह रही है कि एनडीए के लीडर्स लीजिए, रघुराज सिंह है वो राहुल गांधी को टेररिस्ट बोल रहे हैं, संजय गायकवाड़ हैं शिंदे सेना से, वो कह रहे हैं कि 11 लाख रुपए की रिवॉर्ड वो देंगे कोई उसकी जुबान काट दे। बीजेपी के लीडर तरविंदर सिंह मारवाहा वो कह रहे हैं कि जो उनकी दादी के साथ हुआ वो राहुल गांधी के साथ होगा। इस तरह के जो तमाम बयान आ रहे हैं, इनको बिट्टू साहब आप कैसे जस्टिफाई कर सकते हैं?
मैं तो यही कह रहा हूं भी देश को कोई एक टेररिस्ट तो किसी को मार ही सकता है ज्यादा से ज्यादा। LOP अगर ऐसी बात करेगा तो आप सोचिए भी कितना बड़ा नुकसान, कितना बड़ा एक जो एक देशभक्तों की कौम है। और आज पंजाब में अनरेस्ट है, आपको पता है कैसे वहां पे एजिटेशन चल रहे हैं, कैसे ड्रग की स्थिति है, कोई ड्रग्स में नशे में धुत होके या कोई ऐसी बात, वहां पे आप जानते हैं, मेरे से ज्यादा जानते हैं राहुल जी क्या स्थिति है इस टाइम पंजाब की। तो बिल्कुल लॉलेसनेस हुआ है, गैंगस्टर वहां पे घूम रहे हैं, वहां अमेरिका कनाडा से पैसा देके वहां पे कत्ल करवाए जाते हैं। अगर ये राहुल गांधी जी का किसी सिख के या किसी बाहर बैठे सिख के मन में आ जाए तो वहां से कोई वो एक्शन ले, किसी को मरवा दे, किसी को कुछ कर दे, तो जिम्मेवारी तो फिर राहुल गांधी जी की होगी, कांग्रेस पार्टी की होगी।
I'll leave it there. Avneet Bittu, thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts. You're looking to justify the comments that have been made. I'm joined on this broadcast now by Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Rajya Sabha BJP MP and one of their top national spokespersons, squaring off against him, Salman Soz from the Congress party. Dr. Trivedi, you're seen as being one of the mature, sensible faces of the BJP on television and even in public life. Now look at some of the comments that have been made by your leaders. Sanjay Gaikwad announcing a bounty of 11 lakh rupees for someone who can cut the tongue of Rahul Gandhi. Tarvinder Singh Marwaha saying what happened to the Dadi will happen to Rahul Gandhi. Anil Bonde saying, the tongue should be singed. Raghuraj saying he's India's number one terrorist. Now, what sort of political discourse are leaders from the ruling party engaging in, Dr. Trivedi?
Definitely, Rahul, this type of language and the lowering of the standard of language has become a very serious issue in the Indian politics since last 16-17 years, which started from 2007 Gujarat election when Sonia Ji, who was the chairperson of UPA and the topmost leader of the ruling coalition, has used the word maut ke saudagar, and subsequently the type of words I will not elaborate till 2014. Before 2014, Modi ki boti boti kaat dalunga by Imran Masood, and he was not in Congress party at the time, but you can check with your record that the very next day Rahul Gandhi went to support him and done the campaigning for him. Then he brought him in the Congress party, and now he's a member of parliament. And other than Marja Modi, forget about that, Kutte ki maut, Hitler ki maut. Who said this? Previous Minister of State for Home, Subodh Kant Sahai, presidents. So definitely I agree that this type of language which was used, it should not be used, and we do not subscribe to this. But the more serious problem is how to contain this tendency. Because it's not just the issue of case 1 and case 2, or case 2, I quote 2 cases from Congress and they quote 1 case from us. But it is the issue that how they can retain. But on the issue from where it started, where Ranveer Singh Bittu was telling you, I was hearing what he was saying, 2 days after Pannu has spoken, you are saying that BJP's leaders are saying this and Congress leaders are saying this. But I am just asking, what the terrorists are saying? Guru Patwant Singh Pannu is openly supporting Rahul Gandhi. Second, Fawad Chaudhry, the former minister of Pakistan, openly praised during the election, and not only he said that, he said Modi jana chahiye, BJP hatni chahiye, uske baad jo hoga so kar lenge. In verbatim, it was the thought process of India Alliance. Today, the foreign defense minister of Pakistan has said, even for that matter, Hafiz Saeed has also praised it. So how it is happening that those who are involved in the terrorism are supporting openly the state, and Pakistan has quoted Rahul Gandhi in the dossier to United Nations. So I just want an answer that if you want to have an equivalence, kindly quote in any of the issues when we were in opposition, our stand was used by Pakistan or China or any other who was India's adversary in their interest, and there is no reaction from Congress party. They should have said, Mr. Pannu, mind your business. Or, Mr. Fawad Chaudhry, I am having no business of...
okay, let me pause you for a moment and put that question to Salman Soz, because Shashi you have Tharoor an important point.
Sir, one sentence.
Yes?
One sentence. Rahul, one sentence. One more sentence. Shashi Tharoor has written an article in Bangladeshi newspaper, Daily Star, that the Modi has to go. Why the elections were going on in India, and what was the need of writing an article with an headline, Modi has to go, in a Bangladeshi newspaper, Daily Star. So I have quoted several examples.
Okay, Salman Soz, yes, the Sikh community has had its problems and run-ins with the Modi government, but for Rahul Gandhi to say that there is a problem in people wearing a khada, wearing a pagdi, or going into Gurdwaras is simply not true. It's an absurd comment. Look at the people who are supporting Rahul Gandhi, the likes of Gurpatwant Pannu, the likes of Pakistani ministers. Why is Rahul Gandhi speaking such a dangerous, factually incorrect language, saying there is somehow a threat for... I come from the community myself. There are many problems and there are many reasons for unhappiness, but to say that people are being stopped from going to Gurdwaras or wearing a pagdi or wearing a khada is simply not true, Salman Soz.
Rahul, first, what we heard Sudhanshu ji talk about, to my mind, seems like very cheap whataboutery. I thought he was going to come here and explain that they're going to rein in those members of their party and their coalition who essentially wished upon the leader of the opposition of this country the same fate as happened with Indira.
But you aren't answering my question.
No,
You're making
no,
a
no,
different
but
point. I
Rahul,
asked you a straight question. Could you
Rahul,
please answer that question?
Rahul, first of all, you asked the BJP spokesperson a question. He has made certain allegations against the Congress party. As a spokesperson of the party, I'll respond to him, and then I'll also respond to you. My question is, if the BJP is the ruling party of the country, if the Prime Minister considers himself a Vishwaguru, should he not be telling his people, especially ministers in the government, in his own government, ministers in other governments, that you cannot wish death upon the leader of the opposition? We may have differences. We may have ideological differences. We may have differences of values. We may have differences of the vision for this country. They want to take it in a certain direction. We don't agree with it, but we will not wish death upon the leader of the opposition. That is my.
Okay, now let's come to the question. Find me one Sikh who says, I'm not allowed to wear a pagdi, I can't wear a khada, and I can't go to a gurdwara. How did the leader of the opposition make this comment, Mr. Soos?
The leader of the opposition is making a broader point about how the BJP has created an intolerant environment in this country. How it is divisive. How they're not respecting the diversity, how the BJP is not respecting the diversity in this country. That is what that is the main point. That is the main thrust. What Rahul Gandhi has done after his Bharat Jodo Yatra is basically, essentially say to the people of the country, the path that we need to be on is the path of love.
Salman Soos, I'm sorry, you're giving a rhetorical response to a very specific question. Rahul Gandhi said, and I want to quote to you what he's saying. He says the fight is about whether a Sikh is going to be allowed to wear his turban or a khada, or is he able to go to the Gurdwara. I am challenging you to tell me one instance of a Sikh saying he wasn't allowed to go to the Gurdwara or wear a khada or wear a pagdi. One instance, Salman Soos.
Rahul, I am challenging you and your channel and all of the media in this country. For the last 10 years, you've been doing nothing but bootlicking. Now, because these guys, the BJP, have basically damaged this country's unity. They've damaged our social fabric. They've damaged brotherly relations. And we've been fighting against this. And basically, what you're saying to me now, I'm Muslim, you're Sikh. What you're saying is that what has happened to Indian Muslims, it cannot touch Sikhs in this country. It will touch everybody. Everybody will be touched. Everybody will be hurt if we do not fight back. Because if you do not speak for me, if I do not speak for
Salman
you...
Soos, you're getting agitated but not answering the question. I'm asking you a straight question. Find me one member of the Sikh community who's been stopped from going to a Gurdwara wearing a pagdi or wearing a khada. One person.
I can find... Okay, wait a second. Let me just... Why don't we just talk about, the hundreds of demolitions that take place, hundreds of instances of people not being allowed to offer prayers. It is a matter of only time before this fire engulfs everybody. This is not about...
Let Sudhanshu Trivedi respond.
Everybody.
The basic argument from what I've understood, the Congress is saying, don't go by what he said. Look at the larger meaning. He's saying, देखो demolitions हो रहे हैं, मुसलमानों को परेशान हो रहा है, सिखों के साथ भी ऐसा होगा, लड़ाई है कि आप पहन पाओगे कि नहीं. Don't go by his exact words. Try and understand what he was trying to say, the larger purpose. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
I was expecting some seasoned reply from Mr. Salman Soos, but he used a word I strongly object. He used the word cheap waterboutery and bootlicking for media. Sir, with due respect, millions of viewers which will be watching, they can understand that these words more attribute to you. I have quoted n number of facts. Now again I am quoting the fact. Yes, there was a time in India, in November 1984, जब सिखों ने पगड़ी उतारी थी और मोना बन गए थे. And a very dastardly statement, the leader at the topmost level has said, बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है. And you know, as per the official government record, 3,300 were killed in riots, and all of the one community, by the Reuters and by the bullets of the police. It cannot be considered as a riot. It was a massacre and genocide. अगर हुकूमत के साए में दिल्ली की सड़कों पे कत्लेआम 1739 में नादिर शाह ने किया तो उसके बाद नवंबर 1984 में हुआ. Now you are saying that there is a problem and the future ahead in India. So I would like to tell you, sir, when your government was there, can you quote a single area if there was not a terrorist activity? दिल्ली में धमाके, मुंबई, चंडीगढ़, बेंगलोर, गुवाहाटी, हैदराबाद, लखनऊ, फैजाबाद, जयपुर, नागपुर, चंडीगढ़, चलती ट्रेन में धमाका, चलती बस में धमाका, वेदर इट वॉज अ रेलवे स्टेशन, वेदर इट वॉज अ बस स्टेशन, वेदर इट वॉज अ पार्क, छूना नहीं, धमाका हो जाएगा. डू यू सी एनीथिंग देयर of this sort all over the India? Just is been confined to 4 districts of Jammu and Kashmir. और तब डर नहीं, तब डर लगता था, नहीं लगता था, आज डर लगता है. Look at the common man who is going. Why? Because there was a consistent political stand in India, which was, you use the word whataboutery and bootlicking. I would like to quote, जाकिर नायक शांति का मसीहा है, इशरत जहां बेटी है, याकूब मेनन की जुडिशियल किलिंग हुई है, अफजल गुरु शांति का मसीहा है, और बुरहान वानी भटका नौजवान है, एंड द इंडियन आर्मी चीफ इज सड़क छाप गुंडा. बस this ideology
Salman
is very
shows
clear, categorical,
Salman
in
shows
unequivocal terms to expose the clear picture.
Salman
What type
shows
of
it's a
politics
matter
you
of
are doing
contemporary
and
history.
what you are saying on the national media.
Salman
Yes,
shows
yes,
it is a matter of contemporary history that the Gandhi family has had a fraught relationship with the Sikh community. The time when Sikhs actually came under attack, when they were not allowed to wear pagdis, when they were stopped from wearing khadas, their dadis were forcibly shaved off, and it happened to people who I know, my elders. It happened after the assassination of Indira Gandhi in the anti-Sikh riots that followed. It happened on the watch of the Gandhi family. At that time, and given this equation of the Gandhi family and Rahul Gandhi's father and grandmother themselves, to then make this point, he's playing with fire. He's playing with a very dangerous fire, which is then being stoked by the likes of Gurpatwan Pannu.
We don't really care about Mr. Pannu or whoever he is. That is not our concern here. The point, Rahul, is, by the way, for the Sikh community, I can tell you, the most popular leader right now for the Sikh community is Rahul Gandhi. No matter what Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi says, Mr. Modi is nowhere close to Rahul Gandhi when it comes to popularity with the Sikh community. Let me also tell Mr. Trivedi, ये तो terrorism का बहुत बोलते हैं ना, हमने terrorism ये किया वो किया. I keep listening in Kashmir. I'm sitting in Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir में हमने terrorism का सफाया कर दिया. Let the people of the country know. You talk about contemporary times. Let me tell you about contemporary times on terrorism, their record. In the last 5 years, the number of security personnel killed in Jammu and Kashmir is more than the 5 years between 2011 and 2015. The lowest number of terrorist killings.
You aren't answering my question, Mr. Saws. Mr. Saws, you aren't answering my question.
No, but I'm also responding to Sudhanshu Trivedi because, if I have to respond to two people, then why don't you make yourself a panelist?
No, but I'm asking you a question, as is my job, and you must answer that question, sir.
It is my job to respond to the ruling party's spokesperson. You cannot stop me from responding because he talked about terrorism. He talked about many places. I can give you double the number of places that their government has simply failed to eliminate terrorism from Jammu, by the way, where there's major infiltration, major terrorism going on right now. By the way, the reason, the fundamental reason why all this is happening right now in terms of Rahul Gandhi ko maro, unki zaban kato, the reason is frustration. They know what is happening. Basically, the president of the BJP called my leader, Rahul Gandhi, a failed product. Let me tell you that his leader is like, an online deal. Heavy discount.
No, but can I pause you? Why don't you answer my question? You've spoken for 2 minutes. You haven't answered my question. I'm asking you this, Mr. Saws. Mr. Saws, let me repeat my question and then you must answer my question because I've given you an opportunity to respond to the BJP spokesperson. When someone like a Rahul Gandhi says, you'll be stopped from wearing a khada, you'll be stopped from wearing a pagdi, you'll be stopped from having a dadi, it stokes fears in a very small minority. It can potentially provoke members of the community and get them to do things which are wrong. It's a very dangerous game to play, and naturally terrorists will get involved, extremists will get involved, Khalistanis will get involved. And dekho, Rahul Gandhi bol raha hai, aisa hi ho raha hai India mein, which is what Pannu is saying.
Rahul, I totally disagree with you. Totally. And I'll tell you why. The reason I disagree with you is because what Rahul Gandhi has been doing, his record is clear. What has he been doing, Rahul, for the last several years? What has he been doing through he marched from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and from the east to the west. What has he been saying? He's been saying that we need love. Love is the answer. Muhabbat ki dukaan. And that is for everybody. He is basically warning us that we cannot have divisions in our country. And by the way, are minorities, whether they're Sikhs, whether they're Christians, whether they're Muslims or anybody else. We need to treat them as equals. We need to treat them with love and respect and dignity. Otherwise, we'll have the kind of inflamed situation that we have in Manipur. We don't talk about enough about Manipur. Why don't we talk about those kinds of things? Because the BJP
No,
is.
but that's what he should have spoken of. What can be the quarrel? If he'd spoken of Manipur or he'd spoken about terrorism in Jammu, it would have been factually correct. He's making arguments which are not factually correct. And that's the problem. Sudhanshu Trivedi, respond to Salman Soz, who says, look at what's happening in the Jammu region. You're claiming that you wiped out terrorism, whether it is Poonch, it's Rajouri, the entire belt above Jammu, Doda, Kishtwar, Bhadarwa, Indarwa, there have been terror attacks in that area and it's happening on your watch.
First, I would like to respond what Salman ji has said, that he is more popular than Modi ji and he is any Sikh leader. Sir, I would like to tell you just, yes, there was a leader of Congress party who managed to stop the Modi wave in Punjab, both in 2014 and 2019. Who was he? It was Captain Amrinder Singh. And the first election after Amrinder Singh has left in 2022 and Congress lost the power. Badly wiped out on power, and still you are saying that Rahul Gandhi is the most... Sir, this is the psychophantasy which has brought Congress to this situation. That's why the so unrealistic, so judgmental statements have been made. And on the issue of minorities, I would like to ask, can you quote a single minority chairman in the Congress government from Sikh community? I challenge. You cannot. We made Sardar Tilochan Singh as the chairman of the Minority Commission.
And we made Manmohan Singh the Prime Minister.
Can you quote any non-Muslim? Sir, sir, मेरी बात सुनिए. Manmohan Singh, we understand.
Salman Soz, allow Sudhanshu Trivedi to speak. He heard you out.
He was more powerful. Sir, I have not spoken in front of you. I have not spoken in between you. Sir, be patient. It's just two of us are there and both are senior persons. So I just want to one more thing. Can you quote any non-Muslim minority minister? Sir, Kiran Rijiju is a Buddhist. Can you quote any person who was a Christian and become a minority commission of any of your states? Can you tell us, sir? Your minority means the humongous majority among the minority. और जो कश्मीर में कहा मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, yes, of course. अब कश्मीर में पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद के नारे नहीं दिखते, ISIS के झंडे नहीं दिखते, पाकिस्तान के झंडे नहीं दिखते, जुमे की नमाज के बाद पत्थरबाजी करती हुई वो नहीं दिखती, और जो महबूबा मुफ्ती कहती थी तिरंगे को कंधा देने वाला नहीं मिलेगा, तो डल लेक पे तिरंगे की कतार दिखती है. And just concluded first phase of the election, 60% voting, sir. There was a time when 8 to 10% voting would have been
Salman,
there.
so your family comes from Kashmir. I was in Kashmir for a large part of last week, and I was pleasantly surprised by what we saw, the level of enthusiasm amongst voters. And it's not just in Lalchong that shops are open till late. I went to Shopia, I went to Sopore, I've been going there for decades. The situation earlier and the situation now are completely different. Those are very big achievements of the Indian state. And even someone like you cannot deny them, Mr. Soz.
Rahul, maybe you should, you have a data group, you should check your data. The Jammu and Kashmir Assembly had a 66% voter turnout. यहाँ पे बिजली चली गई, आपके BJP के टाइम में बिजली भी नहीं रहती पूरी टाइम से. 66% voter turnout at that time. Please check the data. This time it is 60%. I hope that we get a big turnout in the election because people are sick and tired of BJP.
But you aren't answering my question. I'm saying I went to places like Sopore and Shopia, where earlier army cavalcades were wary of passing through. We were stopping people who wanting to come and talk to us.
Rahul, were you with me in Baramulla in 2014 when I was going door to door with minimal security? Were you there? You were not there. I was there. आप भूल गए हैं. Rahul, आप भूल गए हैं कि 2014 में क्या situation थी. You have totally forgotten. You journalists are just remembering आज क्या हुआ. 66% vote तब कैसे पड़े बताइए? Why don't you talk about that? By the way, in the South Kashmir Assembly segments yesterday, half the seats had more than 2014. Half the seats had a lower turnout than 2014. Please use data, use facts. Don't go by this मैंने ये कर दिया वो कर दिया. और आप ये बताइए, why can you not simply look up the data of the Home Ministry? And why can you not look at one simple fact that the things in Jammu and Kashmir were getting better even before BJP came to power.
Okay,
And
let Sudhanshu
the lowest-
Trivedi respond to
the
this.
lowest number
There
of
have been
killings in
times when
2012.
terrorism
क्या कहते हैं
has
आप लोग?
surged in Jammu and Kashmir. I interviewed Omar Abdullah. We'll run that tomorrow. He said the same thing. That it's not as if tourism is booming just now. There have been occasions when people have voted in big numbers. You're making it seem as if ये सब पहली बार हो रहा है. The situation went down on your watch. Now it's recovering to what it was even in the past, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Yes, absolutely.
I have also witnessed your program, Rahul. I challenge you before 2014, no channel can do such a peacefully whole day program at the sides of the Dal Lake. This is effect. This is very clear. There was a time when Narendra Modi ji was a convener of the Bharat Yatra of Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi on 26th of January 1992. He was not allowed. तब तो हेलीकॉप्टर से ले जाना पड़ा था. And today Rahul Gandhi went. और जो बर्फ के गोले खेल रहे थे दोनों भाई बहन, still you are saying that the things have not changed. Sir, be realistic. And on the other hand, I would like to say that the situation in Kashmir was one fact I would like to tell to your viewers. Kashmir is the only state which was having 6 years term of the assembly. And it was the only state which was not secular by constitution. Why? Because when the 42nd amendment came, Indira Gandhi during emergency has extended the assembly dates by 6 years and Kashmir adopted that. But in the same amendment, the secular word was not adopted. So Kashmir was the only state in India which was not secular by constitution. It became secular after August 2019. But it was having 6 years.
Okay.
And still Kashmir was a symbol of secularism. So I think
Can I come in?
this type of things
I'm
are
out of
very
time.
crystal clear
5
in
seconds.
front
I'm
us
out of
by
time.
record.
Salman
5
Source,
seconds.
final comments.
और लास्ट में एक लाइन कह
I wish Sudhanshu ji, you're a very
मैं एक
senior
लाइन
person.
कहना चाहूंगा
I'm
लास्ट
coming back to you for a final comment, Sudhanshu ji. Final words, Salman Source.
Sudhanshu ji and BJP people have this phobia, Kashmir. ये जम्मू को भूल जाते हैं. This is not state of Kashmir. It was state of Jammu and Kashmir with Hindu Dogras, Kashmiri Muslims, Buddhists, everybody living together. More secular than you can even ever imagine, because you people are fundamentally fundamentalists. You're right wing, extremists. You are taking this country on the path to destruction. But let me, वो सब कुछ हो गया. लेकिन एक चीज आपको बोलूंगा. Do not forget that in 2011, Rahul, you know this, Rahul, in 2011, the biggest election in the last 35 years took place in Jammu and Kashmir. It was the Panchayat election with participation
Okay.
was almost 90%.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, final comments and then I wrap up.
क्या कहते हैं ये लोग बात?
Sir, I totally agree with what he said.
90%.
First time the Panchayat election has done. और मैं मोदी जी की तरफ से एक लाइन कहना चाहूंगा कश्मीर के लिए और एक लाइन राहुल गांधी की तरफ से. मोदी जी की तरफ से कहना चाहूंगा, दर्द की रात गई, गम के जमाने भी गए और मोदी जी की हिम्मत से कई दाग पुराने भी गए. आर्टिकल 370. और राहुल गांधी जो आग का खेल खेल रहे हैं उनके लिए कहना चाहूंगा अपनी तरफ से राहुल गांधी के लिए कि अगर राहत इंदौरी का शेर है जिसको आप लोग बड़ा लाइक करते हैं कि अगर है खिलाफ तो खिलाफ होने दो, ये सब धुआं है, कोई आसमान थोड़ी है, पर याद रखना लगेगी आग तो आएंगे घर कई जद में, यहां पे सिर्फ हमारा मकान थोड़ी है.
क्या बात है?
राहुल जी के लिए थोड़ी और दुआ भी कीजिए उनकी लंबी उम्र के लिए.
सलमान भाई, can you counter with a share? You've countered his arguments. Do you have a share? अर्ज किया, बताइए इरशाद.
सुधांशु जी के लिए और बीजेपी के लिए ये है कि मैं शेर व शायरी तो नहीं करता, लेकिन मैं आपसे सिर्फ इतनी रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं सुधांशु जी, लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन है, आपको उनकी लंबी उम्र के लिए दुआ करनी चाहिए. कम से कम इस शो पे मेरे साथ मिलिए और राहुल जी के लिए लंबी उम्र की दुआ कीजिए. वही हिंदुस्तान के लोग चाहते हैं, बस और कुछ नहीं चाहते. वो चाहते हैं कि टेम्परेचर कम कीजिए. आप अपने लोगों को बोलिए राहुल जी की भी उम्र लंबी हो, नरेंद्र मोदी जी की भी लंबी उम्र हो, लेकिन ऐसी बातें अच्छी नहीं कि जिसमें आप लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन के मरने की दुआ करें.
सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, फाइनल वर्ड्स.
एक लाइन फाइनल वर्ड. सर, मैं आपकी बात से बिल्कुल एग्री करता हूं. मैं राहुल जी की लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूं कि वो लंबी उम्र तक, लंबे समय तक लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन का दायित्व शानदार तरीके से निभाते रहें. मगर बस ये याद रखें, वसीम बरेलवी का जो शेर है, कौन सी बात कैसे कहां पर कही जाती है, ये सलीका पता हो तो हर बात सुनी जाती है.
अब मैं भी आपको एक बात बता देता हूं.
अब शेर है तो शेर सुनाओ, टाइम खत्म हो गया. सलमान भाई,
ये बीजेपी के लिए
शेर है नहीं आपके पास कोई.
उल्टी हो गई सब तदबीरें, कुछ न दवा ने काम किया. बीजेपी के लिए कह रहा हूं, उल्टी हो गई सब तदबीरें, कुछ न दवा ने काम किया. देखा इस बीमारी दिल को, आखिर काम तमाम किया.
नॉट बैड सुधांशु जी, कुछ तो दिया इन्होंने जवाब. नॉट बैड. मेरे को लगा कुछ कर नहीं पाएंगे, लेकिन लेके आ गए कहीं से. नॉट बैड.
चलिए.
Okay, so we'll leave it over there. The good thing is, no matter what
तो
your
क्या
politics...
जवाब देना है?
अच्छा दे दो, चलो मजा आ रहा है, बैठे हैं, चलो बताओ, जवाब दे दो.
देखिए, बिल्कुल आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा. आपने काम तमाम ही किया है और उस काम तमाम की वजह से ही हालात यहां तक पहुंचे हैं कि आज समझौते में कांग्रेस पार्टी को एनसी से करना पड़ा. तो एक लाइन में कहना चाहूंगा, शाम तक सुबह की नजरों से उतर जाते हैं. इस कदर समझौतों पे जीते हैं कि जमीर ही मर जाते हैं. अब चाहे समझौता सेपरेटिस्ट से हो या फंडामेंटलिस्ट से हो.
देखिए, ये जो एक बात इस पे मैं शेरो शायरी को, ये कि आप जो ये टेररिस्ट वगैरह की, जब आप ऑपोजिशन को टेररिज्म के साथ जोड़ देते हैं, वो गलत बात है और आपको ऐसी बात नहीं करनी चाहिए. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है ये फ्रस्ट्रेशन इसलिए क्योंकि मोदी जी का जो विक्ट्री मार्जिन वाराणसी में
ओके, नाउ वी आर रीस्टार्टिंग द डिबेट. वी आर आउट ऑफ टाइम ऑन द डिबेट. अब सिर्फ शेरो शायरी के लिए टाइम
पहुंच गए. थोड़ी तो आप नदामत दिखाइए, थोड़ा तो एरोगेंस को छोड़ दीजिए. बीजेपी वाले लोग आपको वही कह रहे हैं, आप थोड़ा एरोगेंस को छोड़ दीजिए, थोड़ा हम्बल रहिए.
Salman shows Sudhanshu Trivedi for lighting up the news track with your arguments tonight. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. There's been a further escalation in the Israel-Hezbollah conflict. Now you've got the Hezbollah chief speaking out, Hassan Nasrallah, saying that this is a declaration of war. So far, over 35 people have been killed in the pager blasts in Lebanon. Israel has launched airstrikes on South Lebanon.
ما حصل يوم الثلاثاء ويوم الأربعاء. يوم الثلاثاء يعني أنا بس بدي أوصف في اختصار كمدخل ولا معروف لكم صار. تم استهداف من قبل العدو الإسرائيلي، تم استهداف آلاف أجهزة البيجر وتم تفجيرها في وقت واحد. العدو تجاوز في هذه العملية كل الضوابط والقوانين والخطوط الحمراء.
The Israel-Hezbollah conflict is currently on the brink of a major escalation. A day after serial pager explosions, walkie-talkies, phones and home solar panels detonated across Lebanon Wednesday. New York Times reports that it was Israel-manufactured the Hezbollah devices which were part of an elaborate plan.
Two days of sudden explosions. Serial blasts have rocked Lebanon. First pagers, and then handheld radios used by armed group Hezbollah detonated across the country. The walkie-talkie explosions claimed at least 20 lives and left over 450 injured. Amid the chaos, mobile phones and solar energy systems also blew up in several areas. Heavy firing is being exchanged between Lebanon and Israel. The Israel Defense Forces have turned their attention to the northern front. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared families who were evacuated from the north would soon be able to return.
I have said it before, we will return the citizens of the north to their homes safely. And that's exactly what we are going to do.
Israel says that the war is entering a new phase. The IDF is moving troops from Gaza to the northern front, where they could target Hezbollah forces stationed in southern Lebanon.
We are opening a new phase in the war. It requires courage, determination and perseverance from us.
Hezbollah has vowed to retaliate. The US says intense diplomatic efforts are on to prevent an escalation in Israel-Lebanon war.
We still don't want to see an escalation of any kind. We don't believe that the way to solve where we're at in this crisis is by additional military operations.
With both Israel and Hezbollah in war mode, Lebanon could become the new war theatre. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where I wrap up the news track tonight. For your time and your trust, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, bye, good night.